something better. Keep yourself together. Finding something better.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you are well. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone this morning? Sorry, I had to grab coffee. And we went live early this morning because a last-minute schedule change happened to us last night, so we got to be off by 8:30. I got to be somewhere at 9. Are you there, Halo?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Chat, how are you? Can you hear Halo? How's the audio? How is everybody? How was the weekend? Booyah, my friend, how are you? I see you in there. Purple, good morning. You guys? Yeah, I know. She's a little loud. I'm trying to figure out how to turn that down. I can't.
That's weird. I'm holding my phone like further away than normal.
Yeah, I know. Usually it's not that bad. Here might be maybe my headset. Let's try that. Let's try that one, shall we?
I'm always very loud. I'm just a loud person.
Mm-mm. Better? Okay. Oh, do you? And let me know if she's too low now, though.
Boo.
So, you guys, our one and only beloved Doctor, Witch Doctor, has some very, very exciting news if you haven't heard already. Witch Doctor, let them know what's up. I think I'm just over the moon, dude, and I'm glad I got to talk to you this morning too, because I was gonna bring it up anyway. I'm excited. He has been invited to perform the thought. I can't remember the name of the festival, but internationally, my friends. And I couldn't be more happy for him. He absolutely deserves it. Look at that. 10,000.
10,000 people. That is amazing.
Shit. Look at that. That's just proof right there, guys. No matter what you're doing, you just keep at it. You keep that passion. Love what you're doing, and the work pays off. Congratulations, White Dodger. Very happy for you. Very proud of you, man. You're a fucking born entertainer, man. You're gonna steal the show. You're gonna be the new face on the scene, man. So, guys, we have the one and only Evodance on the show this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send an invite out here in just a second. But before we do have a giveaway going on today for a $25 gift card code, online code to GameStop. Just doing a little giveaway. Doing that for you guys. So I believe if I hit this button, there we go. New giveaway started. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat to enter. Right, free money for video game money or gear. You know, I know GameStop, like brick and mortar, I think technically you can go in and show them the code and still use it, but I know brick and mortar, like all the ones around us have closed down. They're no longer a thing, but they still thrive online. So,
the one right across the street is closed?
Mm-hmm. Has been for quite some time, but
Oh man, I told you that would happen like a year ago, remember?
yeah. Jess Angel, good morning. Edry! Right. Captain, what's up, brother? How are you?
Purple. Captain, I don't know if you have GameStop in the UK, but we're doing a giveaway right now.
Yes,
Either
sir.
way, you can use it online, so it shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah, you can use it online. And that's what I would recommend. That's going to be the easiest for you all the way around. Edry, how are you? How's the South doing? And not the US South? How are you? How are the studies? I know you're grinding. Dodge and I talk about you all the time. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're trying to change it up, and they're doing. They should have started that a long time ago, to be honest. But I mean, it's GameStop, so I'm sure if they get the right crew on it, they're going to be fine, because it's, the one main downfall with them was, in my opinion, was turning in games and what the value you get for them. Like $1. Everybody knew that. It was the biggest pain in the ass. But now that everything's digital, it's not even a worry. All right, guys. What's up?
Witch Doctor, I totally remember super gluing a pair of Vans that I freaking loved so much. I wore those until they were just like done and gone. I totally remember super gluing the bottom because there was like the split on the bottom and like the gummy part that I had to close up. And oh my god, I loved those fucking shoes.
Why isn't it finding Evo? What's happening? No, he's in here. I don't know why you guys all like Discord. I fucking hate Discord.
I know. Well, there's no other option though.
I know. It drives me crazy. Because I know Evo's in here. But it doesn't want to find him.
I know the shoes that I had were like a limited edition print. Oh my god. I loved them.
Hey, look, can you do me a favor and see if you can send Evo an invite? I don't know why it's not pulling him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good things happening all around. Hot as fuck, but school break is... Oh. Good. Good. I know you deserve time to relax, Edry. I know you bust your chops with your studies. Miss Meg, good morning to you. How are you?
Alright, I sent him an invite. So hopefully that works.
Thank you. Kells is in Cincinnati right now. Yeah, guys. Kells Rock, big supporter of the show. Good, just good all around. Friend of the show, friend of ours, is the band Temptress. It's Kel's band. They've been on tour. Been very vocal about them. I absolutely adore them. Love them. Out of Dallas, Texas, they've been on tour, and you're right, I think they are in Cincinnati. They're about to wrap up, aren't they? I think their tour's come. I hope. Well, not. I hope in a good way, because I know that's taxing to tour. But they've been out there slaying it, guys. We've been keeping up with them on social media. They've been just fucking killing it. And Kells deserves it, too. You guys all deserve it, man. You guys are all amazing. I've met so many great people here. I love y'all to death. So good morning. Bloody Spectre, how are you? No, that's not normal, dude. You should go to a doctor immediately.
Nah, just take some stool softeners. You're getting old. Take some Miralax. You're good.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with her on social media too, Kels. And she's great, man. She's a fucking rock star, bro. Well, thank you very much. I always appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm happy to have you. And there is a giveaway going on today. Exclamation point giveaway will enter you into the giveaway. And before we end the show at 8:30 this morning, we will do a random pick, random winner. And I can whisper you or email you, whatever your preference, a digital code to use online for GameStop worth $25. I know, right? I still miss Mixer every day. I loved Mixer. I absolutely love it. Specifically for gameplay purposes.
Co-streaming, the co-chat.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm so used to everybody. Anybody that's new, welcome in. My name is Jonus77, and the other voice you're hearing is Dented Halo 77, a.k.a. Halo, my wife.
That's me. Good morning.
And we do gameplay as well. Stream gameplay in the evenings. But that's why I miss Mixer so much for the gameplay aspects of streaming. Remember, you could have the chat right up on your viewing screen, on your play screen.
Yes, it was wonderful, and it would be the same chat for both of us.
Yeah, so if you're not a PC gamer, I mean, like, I can pull the browser or the OBS up and see that, but if you have your game on the monitor, you know, God, that was the best. And co-stream right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Earn money right off the bat.
Oh, thank you, Captain McHandsome.
Captain, I love you.
You're so funny.
Yeah, any names in the chat, if you don't know them, make sure you click on them. Go to their channels, check them out, see what they're about, watch their VODs, give them a chance to earn your follow. Everybody deserves a shot. There's plenty of room on Twitch for everybody. Don't let the haters tell you any different. Just enjoy yourselves. And support each other. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we were too, Super J. Right when they were like, okay, we're going to shut down by. It was so sad. Oh my God. We were stressed out. We worked hard on Mixer to get a following. We had just started earning some money. And it sucked. It sucked.
Well, I'll play Paladins, bro. It's been a long time. I'll have to get some practice runs in. I don't want to get raged on by Booyah.
I know. We'll hold you back, and then you'll be mean and say mean things.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Evo.
Jonus.
What's up, Evo?
Dented. How are you guys? Good morning.
Good.
Good
How are you?
morning. Evodance, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm good.
So I'm super excited to ask you about quite a few things. So we're just going to jump right into it, guys. This is Evodance, and he makes music on Twitch. We'll get into that a little bit more, but I want to know more about your house. Don't you live in a house that's like 500 years old?
300 years old.
300 years old. That's fucking amazing.
300-year-old house. Like, one of the best things I love about England and basically anywhere in Europe is they walk outside and just like trip over history. And here in
Right.
the United States, it's just not like that. Everything is, pretty new with our country. So yeah, how did you come by this house? What is special about this house? Is this house haunted?
Okay. So I've been very skeptical about ghosts and paranormal. Like I've always been a fan, but I never really believed it. And I've been through a lot of losses. So you would think like if anyone would believe it, it's someone that would want to see their loved ones again.
Right, yeah, no,
Um,
same. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, I've always been very dismissive with things, and I never really believed in the paranormal until recently. Like things are happening in this house. So I live right downtown in the middle of a college town. It's a very old town. This town is where I'm not trying to flex this because this is not a good thing, but this town is where slave trading started in the U.S. And
Oh Christ.
Oh,
You're,
yeah, so
you're
it's old,
definitely
yeah.
haunted.
yeah,
Old and haunted, yes.
so it's like smack in the middle of downtown, and it's a historical landmark, so they won't get rid of any of the houses on the block. Even though I just saw a for sale sign for the whole block because they're like trying to get these houses condemned because I mean they're 300 years old and they have very little repairs done. Like everything that's done here, I did. Um, but my old roommates, they were living here, and I moved out of my place because they had an extra bedroom, and I was like, yeah, sure, it's kind of central. I don't really drive anymore, so I can walk everywhere now. And I moved in with them, and then when they moved out, I stuck around because I wanted the extra room for my studio space.
Sure.
And now I'm here, and wow, yeah, I've seen a lot of things happen. I have a giant plant that is like, it has a wicker basket that it sits in. I mean, it's a fake plant, but it has a wicker basket that it sits in, and the bottom is completely flat, no round on it at all. And this thing's probably about 8 feet tall, right? The entire plant. And about once a week, this thing just falls over on its own in the corner. No winds, no nothing moving it. Like I said, the bottom is completely flat. It's not rounded at all. It cannot tip over, and it does once a week.
Just falls over.
And my dog will stare at the plant.
Oh
She
yeah.
has a spot in the living room, and she will sit on her spot and stare at the plant and just bark like all week long without it even falling over. She'll just sit there and stare at it and bark. So
Haunted.
yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Haunted for sure.
Yeah.
So
Hold on a
That's
sec.
crazy.
what, Ben?
I have to.
That's crazy. I used to, I mean, not necessarily believe in the paranormal, but like hope that it was true, and I actually stopped kind of believing in that stuff when my mom passed away and then my best friend passed away, and I just had loss after loss after loss, and they were all very aware of how much I wanted paranormal things to be true. So I'm sitting here thinking, if contacting me or showing me that there is an afterlife or there is a between life or whatever is something that is possible, these people definitely would have done it. You know what I mean? Particularly
Right.
my mom.
Right.
And I was always like so pissed off that I like never had not even an experience that I could like pretend and chalk up to like, oh, it's my mom, like anything, any inkling of anything to show me that ghosts are real. And there's definitely things that I can't explain, and I still part of me hopes, but I did lose a lot of hope after a lot of people passed away and like nobody visited me. I was pretty pissed. I so wanted to be haunted.
Just give me a
And
sign.
that makes sense to me though, because that's exactly why I never believed in it too. Is because I lost a sister, I lost a dad, I've lost a lot of friends, I've lost my best friends, and things are just they're hard. And you're like, oh, it's okay because there's an afterlife, so of course they're gonna come visit me and stuff, and it's never happened.
Yeah.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's just like, okay, well, at what point do you stop believing in this? Because there goes everything you know about religion. There goes everything you know, and you want to believe about where people go when they die.
Sure.
And it's for like the last decade now. I just find like, yeah, ghosts aren't real. And we watch the Nuke's top 5 videos on my channel and stuff, but like I said, I'm skeptic. I mean, I'm
Right.
also a video editor, so I see a lot of stuff like that looks real, but I can also make that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You worry about what you're seeing anymore is true or not. And that's what, like, I have deep respect for people that are very faithful. I myself am not. It's just my own opinion and beliefs. But
right.
I was raised that way.
Same.
And I think it takes a lot for a person to be that deeply faithful in a religion or whatever. So I think a lot of respect is due to people like that, because it can be used in good ways and bad ways. But anyway, I think faith is a good thing for people to have, whatever it be in.
Oh, I mean, it's the same thing. Like when I lived in Vegas, I still keep in touch with some of the people from the military days, and I know people that are over at Nellis, and they'll straight up tell me like, yeah, I've seen lights in the sky. I know what's going on in that hangar over there that we're all restricted access on.
Yeah.
But I still believe in God. And I'm like, how can you? How can you believe in that when your God could be potentially in that hangar right now?
Right.
Like, and they're like, well, it doesn't matter. Seeing is believing. And I haven't seen anything. I just have speculation. I'm like, okay,
Right.
whatever.
You're right.
So,
Yeah.
I'm a very burning bush kind of person. I need to see that, and even then, I will somehow try to explain it away. But I'll simultaneously keep hoping that the burning bush is a sign. You know what I mean?
And that's the same thing with me. Like the first time, or actually like the first 3 or 4 times that plane fell over, and this is over about a month, I was just like, plane's broken. Like,
right.
There's nothing wrong with the plane, and it never started doing this until like kind of recently. And it was after everyone else moved out of the house and I was alone here with my dog is when it really started happening. And I would hear it fall down in the middle of the night. My dog would start barking. I'm just like, it's the wind. There's no fucking wind in my living room. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I thinking?
Right.
So,
it's an 8-foot tall plant. Like,
right.
that's not
And
a
it's
little
heavy.
thing.
Yeah, and it's heavy. So when it falls, it makes a really big noise. And I mean, a full grown man shouldn't have any problem moving it. But when my back hurts and stuff, I can barely lift it. Like, I have to drag it around.
Right.
So it's that heavy, and for it to just fall over with a flat bottom, like a wide flat bottom, there's probably like a 1.5 foot radius on the bottom of this Potter. So it shouldn't fall over at all.
Yeah, there's literally no explanation. Other than, like, I'd be telling myself, like, okay, my house is so old, it's like sinking and going in on one side, so clearly things are going awry that way, but if nothing else is following suit, like, god damn it. There's a fucking
So it's kind of funny you say that, because the first 3 times it happened, I was like, there's a problem with the floor. There has to be. So I moved the plant, and it did it again in another corner. I was like, okay, I'm just going to move this back so it's not, like, in my way, and just deal with it. Because I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. I'm waiting because, you see all these ghost hunting videos and stuff, and a lot of the people don't catch anything in real time, but their fans go back and like watch the videos and they're like, hey, you missed this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting for that to happen in my stream. Like someone's gonna see a handprint or something in the booth window or something. It's gonna be weird.
Everybody right now go to Evo's channel and watch all his VODs intently.
Yeah, intently.
Slowly, intently.
I would shit my pants if I saw a hand on a window behind you.
You should see if there's you should see if there's like a local ghost hunting chapter in your area, and I bet you anything there is as historical as it is, and see if they'll.
Oh yeah, I know for a fact it is. The thing is, where I live, there's a lot of very pretentious people. It's like everyone here just woke up in Berkeley one day and moved back, and it's I need someone that's going to be real with me, and I don't really have that out here. I have one person that I trust, and that's the only person that has a key to my house is him. And I'm just like, yo, tell me straight, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And they'll be like, well, you're fucking up. Be like, okay, cool. So everyone else is like, well, I like it. And then they'll smile and then they'll just go around and talk shit. And I can't I can't do things with these people out here. I can't stand it out here. So, not to mention, my house might be haunted, so that might be affecting my sanity.
Right. Plus, I'm going crazy. I think too.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hope your house is haunted. You know, I hope it doesn't I hope it's not a bad haunting. I hope it's a nice haunting. But yeah, I'm
Well,
rooting for your house to be haunted. Not gonna lie.
thanks. I don't know if that's a compliment, but thank you. Um, so my talent manager, because I was going to do some IRL ghost hunting for October
Yeah.
and stream it, and my talent manager said, "No, don't do it."
Really?
I'm like, "Why?" Yeah, she said, "If you do, I'll quit." And I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Well, I need to know why." And here's why this is such a big deal to me. I've been through 4 talent managers now, and they've all been terrible. The one I have now is really good. However, I haven't actually brought her any work since I've been on Twitch because Twitch is my job now. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm not looking for featured artists and stuff right now. But she straight up told me, she said, if you do something crazy, something goes home with you, and then you come out here and I see you losing your mind and neglecting things in your life, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay. So that's why I called that off. But I had planned it. I still have a ghost hunting Amazon wish list that people told me to make. It pops up on my stream, which I
Really?
need to remove because I can't do anything with it now. So
Bummer,
That is
and
so
it's kind of
crazy.
funny. No, don't bring any
she's
bad
like
mojo.
really superstitious. So
Yeah.
she grew up in Hong Kong where like superstition rules the world.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I'd be.
There's some like really super haunted places here in Portland. And there's one that's like there's like these underground tunnels underneath this pizza place, and you can take tours of
Yeah.
it. And it's where they
The
used
Shanghai
to,
tunnels.
yeah, the Shanghai tunnels. They used to a lot of human trafficking and a lot of just terrible shit went on down there. And I'm too scared to go. I want to go, but I'm scared I'll go, and then a ghost will follow me home. Like I'm so scared of that.
Yeah, that's like the same issue.
I'm still scared of it all and
Yeah.
still want to believe it all.
Like,
and
I still don't believe in it, but I'm wary just in case, you know?
And honestly, that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, I don't really believe in it, but I do have a fear. Like, what if these things are real? What if they do happen? I mean, these stories came from somewhere. Nobody got bored on different opposite ends of the world before the 21st century and came up with the same stories over and over and over again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
this is a phenomenon that's built out of something that people have experienced.
Sure, yeah.
So,
Well, speaking of earlier, your dog barking.
Yeah.
I know you have a little dog named Baby, right?
Yes.
How did you get Baby?
How did I get Baby? So she came from Mexico. I got her when I was in Vegas. They found her, I guess someone was traveling and they found her in Southern California, like really close to the Mexican border. And the dog was scrawny, malnourished, beaten really badly.
Oh.
And she wouldn't even get in the car. She was that scared of people.
Oh.
Yeah. So they took the dog back to Vegas because that's, I guess, where they were heading. Or actually, I think they were moving on, but they dropped the dog in Vegas because Baby was just being too difficult to deal with. She wouldn't let people go by her. She wouldn't eat anything. She wouldn't do anything. And then eventually the shelter was able to kind of, get her back to health for the most part, right? But her mental state was really shot.
The poor thing.
And then me and my mom, because I moved my mom out to Vegas with me for a while, and I was like, okay, well, while I'm at work all day, Mom, I don't want you bored, so I'm gonna go get you a dog, And my mom, 2-time cancer survivor and all that, so I wanted her to have something. She had brain surgery and stuff, and I didn't want her to just lose her mind. She needed something to focus on. So I went to the vet. We always had big dogs, always, and I went there because out there you had to look online and pick out the dog you want and then go pick it up. So I picked one out and it was a big dog. It was like another pit mastiff or something, because that's the kind of stuff I grew up with. And we get there and the lady's like, oh no, this dog is already spoken for. I'm like, well, what the hell? And she's like, well, here's the rest of the dogs that we have. And I'm looking at all the big dogs, and I see this little rat thing in the corner shaking. And I'm like, what the hell is that? No, like, it's a Chihuahua Terrier mix.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
She was badly abused. She has very, very bad social skills with people and other animals. And I was like, can I see her? And they're like, yeah, but we strongly advise you don't take this dog. She needs a lot of recovery. And if you don't have the time to invest into it, it's kind of going to be moot. And I said, okay, well, let me see her. Let me see how she reacts. And as soon as I picked her up, she just kind of put her head on my shoulder. And for the first time, from what I hear, for the first time in almost a week, she closed her eyes.
Well, you had to take her then. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my mom went to reach for her, and the dog growled. And I was like, Mom, I know this is your dog, but that was kind of perfect. I'm taking it. So
we'll get you a parakeet.
We brought her back home. Dog. Yeah. So we brought her home, and it's been a wrap ever since. She only responded to Spanish when we first got her, and my mom's in a nursing home now, and I have baby registered as an emotional support animal for my mom. My mom is the registered handler, and she has a little badge and everything, but my mom's in a nursing home, and I kind of took over the dog when she left, even though, like, when I was at work, from what my mom says, that dog used to stand on the couch and just, like, bark at her and growl at her and stuff. but she would. I know. But she would also show love, too, to my mom. But,
she was probably just barking at a ghost behind your mom.
I have no idea, maybe. But now it's just like, she's my best friend. I don't leave the studio very often now. Like, when I do, it's to go to the store or to walk the dog, and she's my excuse to get out of here. It's like, baby, I love you. Let's go for a walk. You need to go. And she just kind of giving me this look, like, what are you talking about? I need to see what outside right now. Let's go. So it works both ways. She needs me and I need her. Yesterday, the cutest shit in the world happened. When I was in bed, I was playing on my phone and stuff, and I felt her, like, by my feet somewhere, and I just said, baby, can I get a hug? And she ran up, laid on my chest, and put one leg on each side of my neck and, like, started licking my face.
That's a good dog.
It was perfect. And I was like, baby, you're the best. So,
oh God, that's so amazing.
Yeah, first small dog I've ever owned, and honestly, I don't regret it at all.
Oh, nice. That's wonderful. Well, real quick, Cheesy Beefy, thank you so much for the sub. And for those of you who are just joining us, ! Giveaway in the chat for a $25 GameStop gift card.
Yes.
And we are talking with Evodance this morning.
Yes.
Okay, so I have two more kind of personal questions. If you're not, comfortable answering them, then, don't. And then I want to get into kind of your music and streaming. But one, you had mentioned a story that I've been dying to hear for like a month now about kicking a Tinder date out of your house. Is that
that's become almost a regular thing.
Kicking Tinder dates out?
Yeah, because they know I'm a streamer, and I tell them, like, yo, because they also know I don't sleep, right? So they'll come by or whatever, and we'll hang out, and more or whatever. Next day, it's like they're still in my house. And I tell them, I have to go live, and you've been here about 5 hours past your expiration date. Like, you gotta go, And they're like, oh, I'm not an object. I'm like, no, you're not. But this is what I do for a living, and I can't have, little fucking girlfriends at my job.
Yeah, I wouldn't take you to work with me.
Yeah, and they're always like, can I take a shower? And I tell them, do you have a house? Like, yeah, and go home and take a shower. And they're always, I mean, and let's face it, I'm not like the guy that's going to tiptoe around someone's feelings. I'm not intentionally being rude.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're very blunt.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. I'm not intentionally being rude, but I know, like I said, that people out here are very, very soft. Yeah. So, like, I've made someone cry just by saying, you have to go.
I think I'd cry, for sure. I think I would totally cry if you said that to me. Yeah. Yeah,
that statement alone has definitely gotten people to cry. I'm like, you don't need to do this. Go to your car and cry. Like, I have to lock the door. Like this is a no cry zone. You gotta go.
Yeah, that's not
man.
allowed in here.
So-
Sorry.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
and I'm very upfront from like when they first come in. I tell them like, look, don't try to stick around in the morning. That's not what this is.
Well,
I
as
don't
long as you're upfront, then I wouldn't. If you
Right.
were like real shitty
Yeah.
about it after being sweet all night, and
No.
then
No.
you were
Uh,
bad,
and-
and then you're like, get the fuck out. I'd be like, oh my god, I would totally.
Yeah. It's not like that though. Well, it has been like that, but it's not usually like
I
that.
knew it.
And see, that's one thing I've always loved about Evo is like from the very first day I met him, like you could tell right away, like Evo is just flat out blunt, honest, and to your face, whether you like it or not. And because he doesn't have fucking time, he doesn't waste time with fucking fake shit. He's like, he'll let you know. He's like, yeah, nah, thanks, but I'm moving on. And like I respect that's one of the first things I respected and enjoyed about Evo is like because there's so much bullshit out there online and on Twitch, we all know, and it was like it's refreshing to see a guy like this, and then you fall in love with him 10 minutes later. So,
oh, thank you. Well, from my own experience, I've noticed that the one thing that seems to hold people back from moving forward in life is looking behind. And I mean, you can't change the past, guys. You keep that in mind. Yeah, the past, a lot of shit has happened in the past. And a lot of it's not great. And I'm not saying don't think about it, but don't let it affect your future. Because that's when things will get wrong. You can't judge someone and say, like, well, they did this. Unless it's like a heinous crime. Yes, I'm judging you on your actions. Absolutely. You know, as people say, oh, yeah, you know, don't judge them on that bullshit. Judge them on that. They fucked up. That's exactly what you do. And, but I see people out here all the time, and they're just always trying to get to know me and all this other stuff, and I'm just I don't know you, and honestly, I'm not really trying to. You kind of seem like I don't care, you know.
yeah.
And people will get that. If I'm really trying to get to know you, you'll see me more than one time, and you know it's like that. And I'm closer with you guys than most of the people that actually walk in my house. You know, I'm like, so I'm not trying to get to know them. And they're like, well, I'm not an object. Well, you were on Tinder, and I serve the same purpose that you do right now. You know, like you're not here to find a boyfriend, and that's a fact.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, isn't that, like, I've been out of the dating game for almost 2 decades now, clearly, because I found my one and true. But isn't that kind of what Tinder, the point of Tinder is like, yo, let's Netflix
that's
and
what
chill?
It started out as. Yeah, that's what it started out as. And now I hear like people are like, oh yeah, well, I met my 4-year long relationship on Tinder and we've never had an argument. I'm like, that's destined for failure. Honestly. You've never had an argument, that means somebody's caving in too much because people don't see eye to eye every time.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I could see how you could accidentally meet the love of your life doing Tinder. Like, you know, connections happen. I get that. But, I mean, that's kind of the point of Tinder, though, is like, yeah, let's hook up.
Jonus and I, actually, we met on Match.com, and tomorrow is our 15th wedding anniversary, 17 years together. And but this was back when Match.com was a very different place. There were no smartphones back then, and it was literally you had to go home and check your email type of thing. And it's very, very different. I could not even imagine trying to weather the dating scene now with apps and whatnot. But yeah, we were a success story. Now I did have about, 30 terrible dates. I'm gonna say 30. One of them, a guy was trying to convince me how drinking your own urine was good for you. That was a neat one. Another one brought another girl to the date, hoping to get a threesome out of us. That was neat.
That's a player right
I
there.
tried like 3. I did it like 3 times. It didn't work. I don't know why she's still with me, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
me and this girl were like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, the balls on this dude. Like, I was like, no, like, you're not even remotely hot enough for this kind of behavior. Unacceptable. I will say, one of the nicest guys that I went on a date with, and it was just not a match. This guy was so just very like demure and like conservative, and we all know this shit that I talk about is, pretty
Right.
raunchy and risque. I'm pretty bawdy, for, lack of a
Look
21st
out.
century word. And so it definitely was not going to work with this dude, but we were both good sports about it, like had dinner and like, hey, it was nice meeting you. But the coolest thing he did was, instead of bringing me flowers or anything like that, he brought me like this bouquet of cat toys, because he knew how much I loved my cats. And I was like, this is such a win, dude.
That's a
Make
good
sure
move.
you do this with the next girl, because yes, that was so cool. So that
Yeah,
was
that's pretty
one
good.
good experience. But when I met Jonus, it was like, I literally, before we went on a date, I asked him questions like, "Hey, do you drink your own pee? Are you racist? Are you homophobic?" I mean, like, I went down the line. I'm like, I need you to answer these questions for me before I waste any of my time, because it was exhausting. I'm like, I did
Yeah, I
not
can imagine.
want to do this any fucking more. And I actually had to be talked into going out with Jonus, not because of him, but because it was like my last, like, this is it. This is the last time I'm doing this shit. People are fucking terrible. I hate all of them. One guy dumped me because it was around election time, and he dumped me because of who I voted for. And he was like
Wow.
livid with who I voted for. And I mean, like, so livid that he couldn't even breathe. And actually, he showed up to the date in like casts and like gauze and shit, because he was just in this like terrible motorcycle accident. And I'm like, why are you out and about? Why are you not in bed? What is happening? What the
We
fuck is,
Yeah.
we could
am
have
I on
rescheduled.
TV? It was fucking crazy. So yeah, that's pretty funny. But as long as you're like letting these chicks know, like, hey, just so you know, you can't hang out in the morning. And the thing is, if I were single and doing Tinder, I would never stay at the dude's house. That's
Right?
fucking
Right.
nuts.
That's
Right?
what
I'd
I say
pack up
too.
my
Yeah.
shit the minute we're done and be like, well, it was fun. Like, what? I'm not staying in your bed and showering in your fucking
Yeah,
shower. That's
that's yeah.
weird,
Like
man.
I'm an adult. I'm not into sleepovers anymore. I don't do that anymore. Like
Right.
yeah,
That's
I don't
fucking
let them
weird.
sleep here. And well, I do, but I don't let them sleep in my bed. And this has also caused issues because I have night terrors and it's like really bad for me
Oh
to
shit.
sleep.
Yeah.
I've straight up full on decked my ex in the face while I was sleeping before.
Oh yeah,
And
nightmares are fucked up for the other people.
Yeah.
I had to break up with her because I was scared it was going to happen again. I was like,
Oh,
because I thought I broke her nose, and she was willing to stay with me. I'm like, this. If you're going to be in a relationship with me, it's going to have to be like a little bit longer of distance because you being in the same bed with me is going to be problematic.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be walking down the street with my girlfriend, wife, or whatever, with like having her have black eyes. How's that making me look?
Right.
You know, like I can't
Right.
have that.
Right.
So, yeah, now like even back when I was staying at these Tinder dates houses or whatever, I wasn't actually staying there. I just go there, we'd have a date and I would leave. And they're always happy about that. They don't, they don't want anyone here. So why has anything changed? Because, you came here. So now I have
especially with the invention of Uber. Like, again, that wasn't a thing when I was dating.
Yeah,
And chances
exactly.
are, if I'm doing like a one night ish, thing, I'm, drunk, and maybe I'm not capable of driving home, and that would be the only reason that I was staying
Right.
any longer
Back in the
than
day, but yeah,
necessary.
you're
But
right.
now
Now
there's
Uber and
Uber. Like,
Lyft and shit. There's literally no
right, get
reason.
your ass out, man. Go home.
Right, exactly. And so it got to the point where I have bed here for featured artists that come from out of town or bands or whatever. If I have to record and they're from out of town, I put them up here for a couple days a week, whatever, however long it takes for them to get whatever they need to record down, and then they can leave. And it's nothing special. It's just like I don't even know what that is. A full. It's not like a queen, I don't think, or a king, but it's a good sized bed.
Yeah.
And I always told these dates, like, if you're gonna sleep here, you have to go there. And when you wake up, you can brush your teeth and then you gotta go. Like, that's it.
That's fair.
You can brush your teeth and
I
then you
feel like
gotta
that's
go.
fair, especially in today's
Well,
day and age and everything that they're
Well, I
walking
think
into.
it's fair too, for sure. I do.
I mean, on the nights that I do sleep, I wake up at 6 a.m. And they stay sleeping till like 11. And that's when I'm like nudging. I'm like, yo, I gotta be live.
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I gotta be live in less than an hour. You have to get your shit together and get out. It's like, oh, why can't I stay? I'm like, because I don't want to hear shower, water running through the mic on my live stream. I don't want my chat to be like,
Right.
oh, who is that? What is that? You know, like even when there are people here, I always tell them to shut up. Like, don't let anyone know you're here. I don't want anyone coming in the studio while I got that ring light on my camera. That's like a dead giveaway. If I'm talking and no one's in the room, stay out of the room.
Right.
That's
You know,
really awkward.
clearly
I
I'm
would
doing
be
something.
really uncomfortable with anybody here while we were doing this. That would be very
Right.
distracting.
Right. And even the ones that do stick around, because there are a couple that like I'll let stay because you know I've how do I say this and not sound like
You wanted to bang them again after you were done streaming?
yeah. Okay, so that's but they've actually become like this is also another bad thing, like,
Regulars?
yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh my god, you were doing this for me. Thank you. Oh man, Jonus, you're lucky as hell. This shit can read minds.
Oh yeah, that's why it's dangerous.
But yeah, so they've become regulars, and I kind of trust them. And one of them lives like right on the same block as me, so she's become a friend too. So she'll stick around or whatever, and she knows because she'll like try to talk to me while I'm live, and I tell her only talk to me while I'm live if you hear like Nuke's top 5 YouTube videos going or something, because everyone knows my mic is muted when those are on.
Yeah.
So if you have to say something, say it like that. And she's really good about that. But however, she's still not allowed to sleep here. You live on the other side of the block. You don't even need a car.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
yeah. You can walk home. You pay for a bed over there. Go use it. Yeah.
But it's gotten to the point where I actually picked up an extra bed just because it's gross to sleep in the same bed after a Tinder date. You know, been there.
So
I'm just like, no.
You have a particular banging bed and then your sleeping bed.
Yeah, plus my guest bed for my
God.
yeah.
Clearly, it's rough to be Evodance, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a hard life, I'll say that.
I am dead.
But even Goth Baby Doll, she was on a call with me the other day. She's like, hey, I'm ready to talk whenever you are. And I was like, hold on. And then she's like, are you ready yet? I'm like, hold on. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm kicking this fucking bitch out of my house right now.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh, man. I'm like, and
Oh
she
my
tried
God.
to take off with my baby dad hoodie. She's like, it's so cute. I'm like, give it back or I'm calling
Oh,
the cops.
I know.
Yeah, don't.
And she's like, what do you mean you're calling the cops? I'm like, I don't care if I'm the richest guy in the world. You're not leaving my clothes. I don't know you like that.
No.
Yeah, I think that's so weird that girls will try and steal guys' hoodies. Like, for me, I think it's because, you know, it wasn't really an issue for me. I'm 6'3". I'm not exactly a petite woman.
Right.
So for me to wear a guy's clothes, it's not like I'm suddenly like this cute little thing in a giant shirt. No, it fits me perfectly. So it's weird.
Right.
So I'm like,
Well,
so
for
maybe
me,
that's
it's
why
always like, you don't know me. Why are you trying to leave with my clothes?
Right?
It's not like I'm your boyfriend. I'm not giving you my Letterman jacket to wear home. This is, you know, like, that's a $65 hoodie. It doesn't even have a speck of dust on it. I've worn it twice. Take it off.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I don't want your skin flakes on my shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, the worst part is now, because of these incidents with the hoodies, now another Tinder date will come over and they'll be like, oh, your clothes smell good. I'll be like, no, it smells like fucking perfume.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how I smell, I promise you. You know,
I
Old
think it's
Spice all
probably
day.
okay to try and see you again. You know what I mean? Like have a
Yeah,
reason.
that's the old.
Everybody.
Oh, I left my garage door open at
Bracelet.
your house on accident. Can I come back over?
Something.
They're dumb as hell then because they gotta know that I will follow them all the way home just to grab a t-shirt. I will do that shit. I
Well,
will stop at
if
a
they
red
do, they
light,
do
pull them out of the car, and take my clothes back. Like,
Give
Oh
me
my
back
God.
my
A
Iron
couple-
Maiden t-shirt right now.
A couple of you guys, Mustache Mickey and Sans Pineapple, and I think a couple other people have come in since the last time I said this, but we are doing a giveaway, ! Giveaway in the chat for a $25 GameStop gift card, currently speaking with Evodance. So my next question is, you're not an old dude. You're younger than us. I mean, I think you're 35-ish, right?
yeah,
Is
I'm
that
about to be 35, yeah.
okay? And you've had a heart attack, which is fucking scary as shit.
Jealous?
A little, because
A little.
I think that maybe fuels your I don't have time for your bullshit, Mrs. Stranger kind of
I could
attitude.
see that.
You know what I mean?
So 100%, it actually, when I had my heart attack, everything changed in my life.
Yeah.
I realized like taking care of your mom and working menial jobs that really don't leave any impression on the world outside of you were a good employee. That's not the legacy I want because I don't want kids. I've already been married and divorced. I'm not really trying to do that. I have goals. They're very, very far fetched goals, but they are reachable. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the mega mansion. I want to be doing, shows at Tomorrowland and these giant festivals and stuff. And it seems outlandish, and it kind of is, but at the same time, if other people can do it and they're just human beings, why can't I? So when I had my heart attack, I just realized I woke up in pain, and I was like, I'm going to die with nothing, no legacy. All I'm going to have is he was a good friend. Or he was
How
a good
old were
employee.
you when you had your heart attack?
31.
God damn it.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
Does it run in your family?
I honestly don't know any medical history about my biological family because I was adopted when I was 2. So there's a good chance. But this was specifically stress, and that's why you guys see me chain smoke all the time. Like I
know.
I
Yeah.
smoke 2 packs a day, proud of it.
Proud of it.
Stop.
But everyone tells me like, bro, smoking's bad. You had a heart attack. I'm like, yes, but the doctor also said this is a stress-induced heart attack, and anything that relieves stress is better than having stress killing me. So
I
the
had a
doctor.
15
go
years
ahead.
ago tell me the same thing, to not quit smoking, that my current state in life, that quitting smoking would send my health and my body into an absolute tailspin. And I just
Yeah,
remember
I
laughing
remember that.
so hard. I was like, doctor's orders, gotta keep smoking.
So you have to think about the variables that were causing the heart attack. Not only was I taking care of my mom, plus holding a full-time job, which the hours was shit. I woke up, or I had to be at the job at 4 a.m. and I worked till 1 p.m. and this is almost 7 days a week. And then I had a girlfriend who was like 10 years younger than me. Like she was 21 or 22.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's too young. That's too much energy.
yeah, it was, oh my God, it was terrible. And she was a great girl, amazing person. I still see her all the time. She blames me for everything. It's okay. I understand. She'll get over it. Right? She's like, oh, you ruined me. I'm like, are you on heroin? She's like, no, I won't touch drugs. I'm like, you're fine.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
fine.
like,
There you go. That's like that's my barometer too. Are you hooked on heroin? Nope, you're good.
yeah, because I've actually had that happen. My high school sweetheart turned into a bad drug addict after we broke up. And like, for all I know, she's not around anymore. And I'd hate to say that because she was a sweetheart too, but you know, you gotta grow, and going downwards is the wrong kind of growth. You gotta grow upward.
Right.
But the doctor told me, and when I tell this to people, they're like, "That's a bad doctor." I'm like, "No, it's actually kind of a smart doctor," because the doctor told me.
Yeah.
The doctor said, "Look, I'm not going to advise anyone to smoke at all. I won't even advise vaping." Or
You accidentally hit the follow button.
It's bad for
You
you.
can undo it by hitting it again. I highly
It's
suggest it.
It's bad for everything. But if your stress levels are this high, where you're a healthy young man and you're having a heart attack, not due to bad cholesterol, not due to blocked arteries, not even due to ventricle issues in your heart, but your stress is so high that your blood pressure is moving through your heart too fast that your heart can't keep up, smoke on. And
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and I've just like since then I'm like, yeah, I think I will. And everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't, or you should quit smoking. I'm like, hey, my doctor says I can, so shut up.
My doctor said the same fucking thing. Jonus can vouch for me. We were
100%. I was there.
horrified and laughed at the same time. He told me explicitly not to quit smoking.
I put that on there to test it when I was offline, and I just forgot to take it off. That's all. That's actually booyahs. That's my bad, man. I forgot to take it off there. My apologies. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I think honestly, I smoke too much. I know I do, you know, but it is what it is. I want to keep my stress down, and being a full-time Twitch streamer, I think I smoke more now than I ever have in my life. This shit's stressful. You never know what the next month's going to be. It's like a car salesman, you know, like you could lose everything just off of 1 month, or you could have the best month of your life and make enough money to last you. And that has not happened to me yet. I've done well, but as a full-time Twitch streamer, it's hard because even now with what I have going on, it's barely paying my bills. It's actually really not. I'm just under paying my bills. I have to pick up the side animation work, emote work, all that just to stay afloat. And business is down right now. Like I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna have to go back to work. Well, I'm not really scared. I don't mind working, but this is the goal that I'm trying to do is be a streamer, and it's hard, you know. So now
Yeah.
I smoke way too much.
Being a streamer, especially a full-time streamer, is so much more and different than a lot of people would think. We actually were talking to a guy last night, very new streamer, super sweet guy. And, he has the big goals and dreams of, streaming full time. And we were just cracking up like this dude has no clue what he's in for.
Oh
The
yeah.
work that he is in for to grow. And it is a lot of work. So that leads me to my next question. What made you decide to start streaming?
So I had been streaming before, like off and on, never really took it seriously. And excuse me, you know how non-affiliates are. Everyone thinks that, hey, I have a game, I have a camera, I'm gonna go live, and for no reason at all, everyone's gonna come to me. And that's the mindset.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's pretty much what played out. I think I was playing like Warzone or Assassin's Creed Valhalla or something, and I was streaming it, and nobody was coming through. Except like maybe people I knew IRL, and they didn't care about the stream. They were just trying to support me as a friend. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I kind of let off of it. There was no solid schedule. I was still non-affiliate and all that. But then one day, I was playing, and I always have my chat like up to my right, so it's like hard for me to see if I'm not actually looking at it. And when you're not expecting anyone in your chat, you're not really looking at your chat. And this is the
Right.
thing that we have an issue with the 10 p.m. raids. Like people have gotten mad at me in my chat because we'll raid someone they have no idea they just got raided with like 20 people, and it's like shit. So now I have to go through screen, make sure their alerts work and all that before we even hit them. And one day I was streaming to no one, and at the end of my stream, I went to go cut it, and I saw somebody left me a message, and they were just like, "Hey man, just here to show you some support. I got you tabbed up." That's it. That's all it took. I had never heard of this person before. I didn't know who they were, and I went to their profile. I gave them a follow, and the next day I saw their notification. They went live, and I went and checked them out. And this is legit the first chat I ever went into. And I went in there and he's like, "Hey man, get to know everyone in chat." I'm like, "Really?" And then it clicked on me. I was like, "This is how you grow. Like this is how you do it. You have to network." Now, keep in mind, I had a good amount of networking experience in through YouTube, but not IRL, like or real time, I should say.
Real time,
It's not real time. Everything's delayed on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had built up over 10K YouTube subscribers on my own with just YouTube networking. So I wasn't really used to the real time aspect, but it changed everything because I don't know anybody on YouTube the way I do on Twitch. And it's that real time interaction that gives you that, you know. But I went there, and what really changed everything wasn't just that I went there and I met a bunch of people. This guy,
You
he shouted
accidentally
me
hit
out
the
once. I
follow
was like, "Hey
button.
man, thanks." He
You
didn't
can
have to do
undo
that.
it by
"Oh, I
hitting it
didn't."
again.
So,
I highly
do it yourself
suggest
then.
it.
I was like, "What?"
You
He's like, "Yeah, drop your link right now." It's like, "In your chat?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." And I did that, and a bunch of people came next time I went live. I was like, "Okay, so this is how this works. I just have to do this about 100 more times before I go live again." And I streamed for an hour on Friday night, and before that, I was just supporting. So during this time, I actually had an injury at work, and I was laid off for 2 weeks because of it. So that's why I had so much time to network. And then when I did go back to work, I was only on the job for almost a month before I got laid off permanently again. And my boss saw me, he's like, "Well, I don't know where you're getting this money from, but you're not working that many hours, so wherever you're getting it from, keep it up." And it was Twitch. And I was like, "Okay, thanks." And then once he saw that I was making like enough to pay my rent. He's like, yeah, we actually can't afford to have you on right now. And he just let me go.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's when I was like, okay, now I really have to grind on Twitch. And
Yeah.
honestly, I was, because I stay on the recommendeds, and I kind of did that algorithmically, where I make music, but I specifically network with gamers because it puts me on recommendeds for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All my tags are music, but if Twitch sees that gamers are primarily the people coming to me, and dropping bits and all that and starting hype trains, then Twitch will promote me to gamers as well as music. And I've played that card for a long time now, and for a while I kind of got lazy because I just relied on recommendeds, and it worked. For almost 2 months, it was like I didn't have to network anymore because they were just flooding in from recommendeds. And
Right.
then I saw my numbers dip one week, and it was like single digits dip. Now I went from almost 60 people as an average every day to like 9. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell happened? And then it clicked. Like, you got lazy. You relied on something that is not
Yes.
a
Yeah.
plan. You have to keep networking.
Yes.
And-
Absolutely.
And keep in mind, I wasn't really gaming through most of this. And when I was, it was like still only like an hour every 2 weeks or something. And that's because between music and supporting, I was busy. Like I wasn't just dropping lurks at that time. I was actually in everybody's chat. So it was very time consuming. But
Yeah,
for someone that
it
doesn't
is.
really sleep much, you can kind of cut that time in half. When you average
Right.
6 to 9 hours of sleep a week, you
Yeah.
have a lot of time to support people. But then I realized that wasn't really helping either. Because what good is supporting someone at 3 in the morning when you go live at 11 a.m. and they're in bed? They have
Right.
no idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're not going to come back. So the biggest thing is don't do what I do. Don't stream every day. What you do is you find people that stream at the same time that you do. And on your days that you're not streaming, you go and support them. Because on their days that they're not streaming, there's a good chance they're going to be awake. They're going to be on Twitch. Whether they're
Yes.
streaming or not, they're going to be there. And you have a better chance of having them see you.
You're right.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
yeah, all these things they're all variable factors within networking. And it was the same thing on YouTube, but without the real-time interaction. That's why I really didn't have to worry about the timing there, because there was always a delay. Even if someone was instantly responding, it was still like an hour before I heard back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm kind of gaming. I'm doing a lot of other things. I am supporting, I am tabbing a bunch of people, but I'm really not networking with new people. And I've noticed like that's another downside. You have to keep going outside of your group.
Oh yeah.
Now I see a lot
Yeah.
of people in
Gotta reach
your
out.
chat right now, Jonas, that I know.
Mhm.
Indifferent now, Jess Angel, Unicorn, even from Amazing Faye. But I don't just hang out with you guys.
No.
I go out and I find other new people. And
Yeah. Same.
I used to tell people all the time that if you're going to support, don't just support within your community, because your community will never grow. And nobody really understood that. That's why they kept coming back to my chat, and they'd be like, how are there new people in here all the time? I tell them, like, I'm out doing what I have to do so you guys can grow just as much as I can. That's why I'm not in your guys' streams so much, because I'm out meeting new people to bring back here to be in your guys' streams.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are like, well, you're not there for me, so I'm unfollowing. I'm like, okay, to each their own. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to help everyone here. Like on the large scale, one person, and don't get me wrong, guys, I love you guys very much. Everybody in the chat, everyone that's here, but on a large scale, one person makes a very, very little difference on Twitch, unless that one person is a machine that's just willing to give it. You know what I mean?
And see,
Yeah.
like I always look at like fellow streamers like you and Shevels and Little Bear and I always talk about this too, and like Crow and people like that, we're very close to and we become connected with, but I don't always get to go to all your guys' channels, but I feel like we're all under the same understanding, and I use the analogy like we all work at the same company. We just work different shifts, and I catch you while we're going down the hall, and I'm like, yo, and we high five, and like, I'll catch up with you this weekend. You're like, yep, and we hit our separate ways. We just keep grinding and working.
And you're absolutely right, and it's gotten to the point where I've had people get upset with me because I've mentioned it before. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this publicly, and I'm probably gonna get some flack for it, but I really don't even care. Jonas, your stream I come here as much as possible. You have become part of my daily routine.
You absolutely
And I know that's going to piss people off because they're like, well, I stream at that time. You're never there. You're right. I'm not. But you know what? You know who's always been there for me since day one, even though you guys don't see him in the stream? Jonus. I've never had any issues with you guys or your communities. If anything, I've met tons of great friends. Little Bear came from you guys. And I mean,
Yes, sir.
he's the cutest cub in the cave. Look at that. You know?
He is.
Like, and people get upset. They're like, well, you don't show me that kind of love. I'm like, well, if you're patient with me, I'll get to you. But keep in mind, I follow almost 2,000 people, and
Exactly.
I have almost 3,000 people following me back. I have to build these relationships one at a time with people, and it's not just an hour here, an hour there. No, I'll hang out when you guys stream for like an hour in a day, and then I'll have to lurk, and you guys know why I lurk. And not once have I said, hey, I'm going live at noon. I've never said that. I just say, hey, I'm here, but I gotta lurk, I got a thing, and you guys are like, yeah.
Yeah, we know what you're doing,
100%.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
exactly. And once you understand that, it makes it easier because have you noticed I haven't really been around in your channel much lately compared to how I used to be?
Yep.
There's a reason for it. It's because you guys are kind of, I feel like, okay, if anyone's going to understand it, it's these guys. I've hung out with them. They know what I'm
Absolutely.
about.
Oh,
They
yeah.
know what I'm doing. So,
Well, yeah, and it sucks because you have to put the people who you have made connections with, like you and Shebbles, for example, kind of on the back burner, which, you know, the more people I meet, the more I have to go support
Right.
them, which means I can't support you guys. And it's not that I'm taking you for granted. I know you're not taking me for granted. I know you're going to come in our stream when you can, and vice versa. That's, of course, because we genuinely like you. We're not there just to support you, to be like, okay, I'm here to support. But the thing
Right.
is, you know, you go into streams to meet these people who you followed and to show support, and some of them suck. Some of them suck so fucking hard, and some of them don't suck,
not always
and
easy,
they're
no.
just your cup of tea. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this sucks. So once you get people in the door, you have to keep them here, and yeah, it's going to be kind of a contest, but not really, because not everyone can do what Jonas and I do. They can, but they're not me and Jonas. I can't do what you do, even if I knew how to
No.
make music that you made. I can't do it because I'm not you.
Right.
And
Right.
people are gonna like you more than me. Some people are gonna like me more than you. You know, like that's just kind of the way it is. But we definitely understand. We know you don't take us for granted. I
Oh,
know you
absolutely
know
not.
that we don't take you for granted. But
Just like
I
you said,
follow
since day one,
800
we've loved it. Evo.
people on Twitch, and for me to support, if I support people for 15 minutes at a time, like going in there and chatting and then keeping them up on my, you know, laptop as long as I can to give them my lurk, it's hours a day, and
Oh,
it's still
Oh, yeah.
not enough. And I think other people who understand that grind, who are getting bigger slowly, understand it, like you and Shebbles. You know, we've grown over time and seen each other's numbers grow over time, and we get it, you know.
yeah. And it's actually funny that you guys are talking about Shovels because I was thinking about this last night and I was wondering if it was going to come up. So me and Shovels used to be in every one of each other's streams.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, as we grow, now we barely see each other. We're on completely different schedules now. He's doing the night streams, I'm doing the day streams. And keep also in mind that when I started taking Twitch serious, I was not on the schedule I'm on now. So there's a lot of people that you're like, how did you meet this person? It's 4 a.m. for them when you go live and they're like,
Yeah.
on their way to bed. Well, it's easy. I used to have a full-time job and I used to spend 2 hours every day before work on Twitch supporting. And that was it.
Yep.
And then at the end of the week on Friday night is when I would go live. It's like, okay, I could stay up. Even though it was only for an hour, I had the option to stay up in case I wanted to, you know? And me and Shovels, we kind of drifted away and apart from each other, but we still are good friends. You know, he
Exactly.
knows if he needs
Yeah.
anything, I'm there for him. And when I do catch him live, I'm there. And same. And it's usually alert because, you know, like one of us has got something to do, or he's going to bed, or he's doing schoolwork, or I'm doing animations and stuff. But we know that we're there for each other. And we've gotten very close to the point where this man doesn't have to come to my chat. He'll get a shout out. You know what I mean? Just like you guys. I've been shouting this stream out for almost a week now. Actually, over a week, since before the last, well, I guess before
Yeah, we
the
had to
last
reschedule.
scheduled
Yeah.
interview
Yeah.
that But it was partially because of the show that we're doing right now, but it was also partially because you guys have just been really cool people. since I've known you, you've been nothing but fam. And absolutely, I don't mind sending people. I've rated you before, hoping.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm very picky about the people that come in my chat, and I'm very picky about the people I raid. Because if I raid someone that's toxic, I'm not able to trust you with the community I brought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I raid someone now, it's because I trust you with the people that I care about.
Yeah.
So, and it's been like that for a few months now. So I just really want people to know, like, hey, come over here. It's safe. You'll get along with everyone. And if you don't be toxic. Just leave. You don't have to come back. No one's making you guys stay. And I say that about my chat too. Look, the numbers matter, but they don't matter bad enough to the point where the person doesn't matter. Like how people feel means something on Twitch. That's why my chat in general, I don't care who it is, what they've done, anything like that. All I need is one complaint about someone from my chat, about someone else in my chat. And they're not welcome back because I want it to be a safe place for everyone. And I've actually had that with a longtime supporter. In fact, somebody came into my chat, and this person followed me on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. This guy made accounts just to support me, right? And then I heard that he was being toxic in another person's chat, and I heard it, and then I was able to confirm it, and I was like, okay, that's it. You're done. Kicked him out of Discord, banned him, blocked him here. And when he got my DMs, and he was like, well, what the hell, man? I've always been there for you. I'm like, yeah, but you know the rules. I've stated this very clearly in my chat. You can't be toxic anywhere. Now people won't come here if they see you because they don't feel safe, and that's not okay.
Right. No. So Booyah asked a question that he wants everyone's answer for. What is the worst raid that you have ever done? And ours, we actually raided out to a really good friend, somebody that we met on Twitch, like one of the very first people we met on Twitch. And we raided him with like 40-something people. And within, and I'm not exaggerating, 45 seconds, he asked everybody
what they're with.
Or give him money. I was horrified. I have never heard him say anything like that before, ever. And he was like, if everybody could just drop $1 or sub, I was like, I was humiliated.
Yeah, I was so pissed
off. I would rather someone ask the chat, like, hey, can I run an ad real quick?
Right?
Right?
Like, even I would take that over. Like, don't fucking, especially when you came in. I came in there with like 20 plus people.
No, it was like 40.
Oh, no, it was a big day. Yeah, that's right. I was super excited to go over there, too. Yeah.
We were so excited because he was one of our first supporters. We were so excited because it was a really big raid. And we were like, hey, look at us. Look how much we've grown. Thanks to you. You've helped us, whatever. And, oh, my God. I've been in his stream a ton of times, and he's never been like, "Hey, drop a sub."
Yeah, he was never like that
guys
before.
Give me $1.
So
I was like,
really off-putting, shocking.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed. I wanted to
yell at Crow right now. That sounds like something like Crow would be like. He wouldn't tell someone to sub, but he would tell you what a sub does for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, no, this was not Crow. No. I don't think anybody in here.
No, it wasn't Crow for sure. Like I said, it was somebody. No, way before we met Crow.
Really?
No, Crow's been a gem and a great person since day one. The same, like
I actually think I met you guys through Crow. I could be wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
I might have met you through Shovels or something, but it's all the same community.
No, we met you the very first day.
I
went on Crow's stream. The very first day I ever went into his chat, I met you, and I met you guys.
I went to your stream because I just liked your name, because back in the day, the Evo was my absolute favorite cell phone, like my absolute favorite piece of technology. So I was like, oh, I like this guy's name. So I popped in there, and then I was like, oh, Jonus, you got to check this guy out. He makes music, and he's really funny and sarcastic, and
it's actually really funny because I do remember when I met you guys separately.
Yep.
And I didn't know you guys were together. And that actually happens a lot on Twitch. Have you guys come across that?
Oh, yeah, constantly.
People, and then you find out later that they're together. It's like, I had no idea. And I met you guys in 2 separate places, completely separate circumstances. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. I'm like, everybody's like, oh, Evo? I'm like, yeah, we love Evodance. I'm like, and actually, they're like, oh, Evo comes to your show. I go, well, Evo comes to my show for Halo. He's a Halo fan. He's not a Jonus fan. I'm like, we have our own. I'm like, he met Halo first, and And they're like, oh, that's not true. I'm like, he makes no qualms about it, and that's why I love Evo. He'll come in here and like, is Halo streaming? He'll be like, no. He'll be like, ugh. All right, see you later. You know, like he loves that's Halo introduced me to Evo on the same day that, like I said, I went to Crochet, and she's like, oh no, because Halo had been going into Crochet before I started to. And she's like, no, you got to follow that guy Evo. She's like, I absolutely love him.
That's
Yeah,
great.
and then Little Bear, like 2 days after I met you, was like, I think he was something like, hey, I'm gonna raid this guy Evodance. And I was like, oh yeah, I just met that guy. And then he's like, I love that guy. And yeah, that's how we started talking with you.
It's actually kind of funny. I know I've met a few 77 level arcade, or I'm sorry, level gaming members that were. I noticed the 77, right? But for some reason, it didn't click to me that you guys were all part of the same Discord and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then I met a bunch of you guys, and I met you all individually in different places. It'd be one thing if I met you all at the Crows or all at like one bigger streamers, but that's not how it went down. You know, like you said, you know, Little Bear was about to raid me, and you had just met me. I met Jonus and Crows. I had seen Booyah and Purple Rabbit around for a while too before I started coming here, and I don't remember whose streams it was in, but I've seen them around, and it never really clicked to me like there's a 77. These people are like their own little group.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, look who's in chat, Mr. Shovels himself.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
The one.
For anybody who just came in, we do have a giveaway going on! ! Giveaway in the chat for a $25 GameStop gift card, and we are speaking with Evodance this morning. So, what does Evodance mean? I mean, dance, I get that part, but where's the Evo from?
Oh, okay. So, before my combat injuries from seeing, I played guitar and sang for almost 20 years. And after my injuries, because I sustained really bad injuries to my hands, I couldn't play guitar the way I used to, and I was getting really depressed and really down. And my dad was really sick. He was in the hospital and stuff. And I just like kind of dabbled with like hip hop dancing at that time. And when my dad was sick, I just went out for a night, trying to escape everything, get away for a night, right? Because he had been in the hospital, it wasn't looking good. He was on his way out, and I was like, I need to go out and just let loose. And I went to a club, and at this time we're in Chicago, and I went out to a club, and it was a club that was a dance club, dance stage, and there were like these EDM dancers up there, and I was like, dude, that's so cool looking. And this is before like this whole EDM dance craze took off. Like it's been a thing now, but back then it was like these guys look really cool. Like I don't know if you guys remember the Cottonmouth Kings, but they used to have a guy in their group that danced like that.
Yeah,
and
I remember the Cottonmouth
that was all he
Kings,
did. Yeah, that was all he did. He'd go up on stage and he'd dance. And I saw like 2 or 3 of these guys doing this on stage. I was like, hey guys, because I mean they were nobodies. I was able to get to them and talk to them and stuff. They were just up on stage. It wasn't like blocked off or anything. And I was like, I really like what you guys do, and I just kind of got into dancing myself. Where are you guys from? And I'm thinking Chicago. I've never heard of these guys, so they're from Chicago. And it turned out that they were traveling, and that's what they did. They were just dancers. That's all they did, and they were from Atlanta. And I sat down with one guy, and he told me, I know what you're going through is tough. I lost my dad a few years ago. If you need anything, you want to tone your skills, come down to Atlanta. We'll take care of you. I was like, bro, I can't afford that. He's like, don't worry. We got a place already set up. We got an extra room. If you want the place, just let us know so we don't give the room to anyone. I was like, okay. Well, about a month and a half goes by. My dad passes away, and I lost my shit. I started packing my bag with nowhere in mind to go. Like, I had no idea where I was going to go. And I just went on Facebook, and I was like, hey, man, you guys still have that room open? And he's like, yeah. And when I got down there, this guy played a video that he was in that had gone viral on YouTube. And it was a Pumped Up Kicks EDM dance version. And a lot of people in chat might have seen this video. It's still popping to this day. But his name is Marquise Scott, aka Nonstop. And I joined the group, Dragon House, and I was down there dancing and stuff, and they all knew about my backstory about how I was a rocker and stuff like that, and they're like, we gotta come up with another name because my real name is Brandon, and there are like 5 Brandons in the house, right? So keep in mind, this is a dance crew, so there was a house full of 27 people. There's a lot of them,
God
right?
damn.
Yeah, and I was a minority in there because, I mean, location, Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, I was one of 3
Yeah.
white people in a house of
Sure.
27. So there was me, 2 other white people. There was, I think, 3 Latinos and 2 Asian people, and then the rest of them were African American. And I kind of didn't really feel out of place or anything because of that. I felt out of place because I didn't know anyone. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is going to take me a while. Because, I mean, I grew up in the hood. Everywhere I lived was really mixed. And I just felt really out of place because I didn't know anyone. And then they sat down one day because we used to have like these little dance battles in the living room and people would record them and put them on YouTube.
Nice.
But one day they were doing that and then they just kind of stopped when I walked in because I think I was like at the store or something. I came back with food and pizza, and everyone just stopped what they were doing and looked at me because, like I said, I didn't really know all these people. I don't even think I had met everybody that lived in the house at that point until that night. And I walked in, and people were like, "Yo, who's that guy?" And that's when Nonstop, Marquis Scott, shut down the dance thing, stood me right in the middle of the room, and said, "This is who he is. You know, he was a rocker, all that. He just went through a really bad loss. He lost his dad and his best friend. And we're here to support him. Thing is, we need to give him a name." And everyone's like, well, he's evolved a long way, you know, because he's dancing now, and this isn't even the same style of music that he grew up listening to and stuff. So they started calling me Evo. And then,
Oh, I
yeah.
never would have guessed that was like
Uh-huh.
evolution. Never.
Yeah, so the thing about that, though, is, like I said, they film these and they put them on YouTube. That video never made it to YouTube. And it had like really good clips in it that they cut clips out and put it in like a compilation, but they did it out of respect for me because like I was in tears. Like I had never been so welcomed by strangers before. Oh shit, that's my talent manager. Be quiet. But I had never been so welcomed by strangers before, and it was just like a family, you know, and
Yeah.
it changed my life. And ever since then, you know, I moved back to Chicago, went and took care of my mom and stuff like that. And then, you know, my brother was being shady, so I moved my mom away from my brother. That's when we went to Vegas and stuff like that. And when I started producing music, I put my info out on Spotify. Well, Spotify needed a last name for independent artists that's not part of a group. And I was like, shit, I don't want to put a last name. Everyone knows me as Evo. So what do? I was like,
Yeah.
well, I was Evo dancing, so Evo Dance is my new name. And it just took off. And now people know me as Evo Dance. And there used to be a running joke with a friend of mine who, another person that passed away, sorry to hear it, but she used to always tell me, she'd be like, Evo, dance, like a command. You know what I mean? And I just stopped what I'm doing and just start dancing. And she was the only person I would do that for. And other people have tried. I'm like, you're not her. Like, you can't do that. You know, like, you don't have that kind of pull.
Right.
But, yeah, that's where the name came from. And now, I mean, it just stuck. And I don't really regret it. It's just a weird name to have. Because everyone knows Evo Dance isn't my real name, right? And
Right.
if you do, let me just say this. My parents weren't that big of hippies to name me Evo Dance. You know what I mean? I know somebody that's legit named Ralph Lauren Starchild, right?
God damn, that's weird.
My parents did not name him, and his parents did not name me. So, if that says anything, and it's just like, I tell people my real name, they're like, no, we like Evo more. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not using it. I'm always surprised about how many people are like, oh, is your real name Jonus? And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, oh, really? That's weird. I'm like, why is that weird? It's a gamer tag. I'm like, how many people use their real name, you know?
It's weird for one reason, and it's weird because it's like if I had a gamer tag, it's Michael, right?
Yeah.
because Jonus is an actual
Jonas
name.
is a name.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
is a
right,
name. I
that's
get
why.
that. But yeah.
But yeah,
It
can
feels
you
weird,
imagine
man.
throwing people off like that? If I
Yeah.
had a gamer tag that said Michael, people would be like, "Hey, Michael," I'd be like, "That's not my name."
Yeah, it's not my name. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, "What the hell?" I'd be like, "Gotcha." You know, like. But it
So,
all comes down to a privacy aspect.
Yeah.
You know, like I would have put my real name out there. And my real name is not a secret. Anyone can find it. You can Google me. You know, like it doesn't even matter.
yeah,
But I'm not really trying to have people at my front door or stuff like that. So
exactly.
yeah, you can find out my
Right.
name if you're really looking that hard. But I really hope that my fans aren't stalkerish. I've dealt with that before, and it's really weird. It's really weird. So
Yeah,
you
I've
guys
had a
were
stalker. It was rough. Oh,
I've
it
had
was fucking
4 of
scary.
them. I've had 4
Look
of them.
at you.
One of them crossed state lines to go from Texas to Kentucky to show up at my house and yell at a Tinder date as they walked out of my house
Nice.
before. Yeah, like I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's
And then
fucking
the
commitment,
feds had to
dude.
get involved with that because it crossed state lines.
Yep.
So it was
Mhm.
federal jurisdiction. I was like, I've never had to call the feds a day in my life for this, like for anything. So I called the cops. Cops are like, "Well, it's out of our hands. We can't do anything." I'm like, "Well, who can?" They're like, "Feds." I was like, "Give me a number."
Yeah.
And I called them, and they tracked it down, and shit went to jail. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was weird. It was
See,
really weird.
So
I'm so used to people
you-
saying
you said-
Jonas now that people call me Jonas, and but like people I work with in real life know what my stream and everything like that, and people just call me Jonas now everywhere. Halo does it sometimes in real life, so when I hear my real name in real life, I don't even fucking pay attention anymore half the time.
You think that's bad? My mom calls me Evo now. Yeah, dead serious. When I worked at Walmart a few years back, right? And that was the job where I was working when I had my heart attack. By the way, I had my heart attack at work, and I tried to go to work the next day, and they sent me home. But
Well, that's good they sent you home. At least there's that, you know.
I walked in, like I said, I was working 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., and I walked in, and my manager's like, "What are you doing here?" Like, I'm here. He's like, "Didn't you just have a heart attack yesterday? Like, not even 10 hours ago?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Go home." I was like, "Bro, it's 4 in the morning. There's snow and ice everywhere. It took me a half hour to walk here. Can I just stay and get some money in?" He's like, "No, I'm ordering you an Uber right now. You're going home." I was like, "Okay, whatever, you know." But when I worked that job, people started calling me Evo, and back then I was just doing like ukulele covers on YouTube. I wasn't even a Twitch streamer. I mean, I was a music producer, but they didn't know that.
I was gonna say I've seen you play some ukulele. I've seen it, and I
I play every instrument I can touch except horns because I smoke 2 packs a day. So
yeah.
Lung capacity. Yeah.
Speaking of which, what's going on with the 3-year productions? How's it going?
it's good. We've been focusing on a lot of like video stuff lately, so the music's kind of been on the back burner, so to speak. And honestly, I spend all my time making music on stream now. So if I'm not on stream, I'm not really playing around with music, which is really bad because while I'm on stream, I feel pressured, not so much for the music I'm making. I mean, you can come into my chat and tell me what to do, but if I don't know you, you're probably going to get banned. My mods know I don't like that. You know, you don't even follow me and you're going to come in and tell me what to do. Like, dude, I've never seen you. Get the fuck out. You know, like.
Yeah.
And then you go to their account and it's like an alt account for someone that you've never heard of. It's like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long enough time. And it's okay. Input's good. If I know you, if you've been here a million times, you're like, yo, that sounds like shit. I'll take that to heart. And I'll be like, okay, what can we do to fix it? But if I don't know you, your opinion means nothing.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm busy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Jess will tell you. Jess hits me up all the time, like, this person, do you want me to ban them for that? I'm like, no, just let it go. They didn't know better. And then they'll keep doing it. It's like, all right, Jess Banhammer. You know, like, she's a mod on my channel for everyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know most of your mods, and I've gotten to know most of your mods, and we actually cross streams on some of them.
Oh yeah,
got
got Baby Doll is part of you guys' fan now. You guys have taken her in.
I'd love Evo. I love all his mods. You have some of the best mods in the business. I'm not gonna lie. And
yeah, and honestly, I got lucky with that because I've learned from experience now to not just say yes to people when they ask to be your mod, because that's how. And don't get me wrong, like Jess asked me to be a mod, you know, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. and she's been a great mod. But from other mods I've had, I will no longer do that. Now, if you ask me to be a mod, you're not going to be a mod.
Yeah.
That's like you want something too badly for no reason. It's more of a thing for me where I have to know you, I have to trust you, your judgment, your opinion, and then I will reach out to you and say, hey, I don't really need more mods, but would you mind holding this green sword for me? And I did that with Sapphic Spence because she's such a good friend of mine, and she's there when she can be, and I really don't expect much out of her as far as mod business, but when she is there and she's modding, that's, she's the one person I've ever asked to be my mod. And then I asked her too, because I know she's had a lot of flack in Discords and stuff. I'm like, would you mod my Discord too? She said, absolutely. I'm like, awesome. That's great for me. Everyone else that's a mod for me, and I love them to death. They're all great mods, and they're good friends, and they're fan members. But they all ask me,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I've had some bad experiences with that, because then when you cut them off, they just go nuts. It's like, okay, well, you don't mod here anymore, so I take away your sword. Now you're talking shit about the entire family. Like,
no, I know. Fuck, I hate that, man.
You
we
never
run into that.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing, though. It's always people that are smaller than you that met all of their friends through you. So what do you think is going to happen when they start talking shit about people and then trying to support the people they were talking shit about? What
exactly.
Do you think is gonna happen? When I see these people, okay, I'm not going to name drop, but everyone from my channel probably already knows who I'm talking about right now. Jess, I definitely knows. But this person, I took away their mod capability. He went around talking shit to about a bunch of people, and then I see him in all these same people's streams that he was talking shit about.
Yep.
And I'll go right in their stream and I'll be like, yo, I'm not here to start drama, but that dude's a piece of shit. Like, he was legit talking shit about you, the streamer, not even a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just disappears. And I've had to shut him down numerous times because I keep seeing him everywhere. Well, of course I do. You met all your friends through my chat. These are my friends that you met. They're not going to turn on me to go hang out with you.
Right.
Like, they didn't come to my chat to see you. They came to my chat because they cared about me as a friend.
Yeah. I've had someone come in here before. It was a while back, but it was not too long after we met Crow, and we've had already had the opportunity to speak to Crow in person in private, and realized that he's just a great person all the way around and made a friend. But anyway, I had someone come in here and try to talk shit once that, about what he does and his support. And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there. You are in the wrong fucking channel to be running your mouth like that. You need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm like, this is not the place.
I've actually talked to Crow about this in a call. And, his support streams. And look, guys, there's nothing wrong with support streams.
No.
Nothing wrong at all. And this is nothing against Crow, and I told him this in person or in a call, and I've also said it in my live stream before. Crow is doing what he can because he thinks it's helping other people, and to some extent it is. However, the bigger he gets and the more people come through for support streams, it turns into a follow for follow place. Yeah. And he hates that, and I hate that, and there's nothing we can do about it.
No, it's
right. What do you do?
Nature.
You gotta shut down your account and remake another one just to start over. Like, you can't. So that's why he'll say, "Don't just follow, but go hang out, make a friend." And these people don't.
No,
they don't. And it's so bad. It's like, dude, I got Crow pulled up to my right now. Yeah, absolutely, he's my friend. He comes to my streams. I go hang out with him. We talk. I do work for him all the time, but I don't send people over there to meet new people. I send people over there to meet Crow.
Same.
And when someone says, like, oh, somebody sent me here to get follows, like, in my chat, I'm like, that's not what you want. If you want that, I can send you someone to get follows. But that's not going to help you. I can send you the Crows right now and get a bunch of, follows. But if you really want to make friends, go get to know the streamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go get to know the people that keep going back there and talking to him. Not just like, hey, I'm this far away from my goal every day and never says anything else. That's someone that's there for them, not for anyone else.
Yeah.
When I drop my goals in Crows right now, it's because, like, he mentions it. He's like, yo, where are you at with this? And I'll drop it. And be like, yo, here's Evo's goal. I don't, I'm not there for anything but to support Crow. And same thing with like Apple Ninja and Rhino and all these people. Look, I love their community. I know a bunch of people in their community, but I'm not there for them. I can catch them in their own streams. I'm there for the streamer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Crow is my friend. That's why he's pulled up to my right. I'm not over there right now lurking his channel so I can get follows. You know?
Right.
And people don't get that. They go there, they hang out for 10 minutes, get 50 follows, and never see anyone again. And it's like, well, did that do anything for you besides get your numbers up? Because when you go live, how many of those people are going to come back? None.
Right.
You know how many empty follows I've had to remove from these bigger streamers' chats? Okay, so I'll go to, let's say, 4 different Twitch partners in a day, and I'll get 100 followers from those 4 channels. I didn't follow one person back. Not a one. Because I'm going to wait and see if they actually follow through. If they come through and they're actually about it, you're damn right. I'll go show some love. But if that's just a dead follow and you went there trying to follow for follow and up your numbers, it's over.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Rose in the house. Let's go.
Yeah.
Indifferent too. Nice. You got the whole fam here.
Yeah, speaking of amazing people, Rose. Gotta love Rose.
Get your marbles in.
Get your marbles. It's realist Rose. You love to see it.
Rave too. Wow, I haven't seen you in a while, Rave. Hope you're doing well.
So Halo, do you have any more before we have to split? Because I know Evo's got a thing to do, and I got an appointment.
Did you mention that you were in the service? And if so, how did I not know that?
I don't advertise it very much. Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps. I saw combat twice. I got pretty messed up.
Did we know that?
Yeah, it's out there. I just don't really discuss it much.
Well, thank you very much for your service.
Absolutely.
I'm actually a big fan and supporter of vets. We have a couple in the chat: Shebbles, Corncob, my dad. Both my parents were actually in the service, and I hold a very huge spot in my heart, and I get really frustrated and angry when I talk about the things that are not being done for our vets currently.
Absolutely.
Like, I get really fucking heated about homeless or drug addicted vets, and it's just unacceptable to me at all. Like, nothing should ever, they should have free healthcare for life, free education for life, as far as I'm concerned. And so yeah, thank you for your service. And how long were you in?
I was in for just under 4 years.
Okay.
I was legit almost 2 weeks away from getting out, and then I ended up leaving on 100% medical leave. And here's kind of touching on the subject you just mentioned. It's how bad they take care of their own veterans in this country.
Right. I
have a whole 100% medical leave check. My ex-wife gets half. My mom's nursing home gets the other half. I see literally $0 of my VA check. I've gone to the VA clinics for my medical issues, and every time, I think I've been to the VA 6 times. Every time, it's just been like a cataclysmic disaster.
Yeah.
The VA system just, oh god, don't get me started on that too.
Well,
I'm just
they can't get fired.
What a mess it is.
They can't get fired. They can literally kill people and not get fired for it. That's
I know.
the issue.
Yep.
I know.
The last time I went to the VA, I went home and I was still pulling stitches out of me because they didn't care. They just cut them and they're like, okay, you're on your own. I'm like, well, they're still in me.
Of all the fucking people in this world, not to say that some people deserve something more than others, but I honestly feel if you put your life on the line for me, you don't know me. You're willing, you've done this to give up this sacrifice, be separated from family, to go through absolute hell for your country and for your countrymen. Like, dude, you deserve the fucking world. I don't have the balls to join 100%. The military.
100%.
I wish I did. I wish I wanted to join the military. Does that make sense? Like,
I mean, it does. I get it.
I think it is just so noble, and the shit that they come home with, the PTSD, the injuries, it's unacceptable. The lack of care and support that they get from this country. It's just baffling to me with how many people do support the military. Why aren't they supporting the vets? Why isn't it a bigger issue that is being resolved immediately. Like I get fucking fired up. I'm sorry, but
but
No,
you're
you're
not
right.
wrong. I mean, I've been shot twice and ripped apart by shrapnel from a hand grenade. So,
God bless you, man.
you know, it hurts when it rains. And
yeah,
what compensation do I have? I'm scraping, barely getting by, and I have to try to supplement my income by busting my back doing construction work and stuff. Like, I shouldn't have to do these things. You know
No.
what I mean?
no, exactly. There should be education. There should be job placement. There should be fucking counseling. Like the amount of homeless people here in Portland has grown exponentially, and it was already an issue a decade ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And so many of them are vets. So many of them are on drugs, have severe mental illnesses, like to the point where they literally need care. And just to know that they're on the goddamn street after what they went through, just like, god damn it fucking infuriates me.
Right.
What made you join in the first place? What made you decide to join?
Oh, I was raised military. My dad was he was Army for a very long time, and then he went to the Navy for another period of long time. So I
Okay.
knew.
Oh, did you move a lot too?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
was
being
actually,
fair, Army brats, yeah.
I was born in Italy. I was adopted on U.S. Air Force Base in Italy when I was 2 years old. So yeah, I moved around. I traveled a lot, but Chicago was home base. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's bad because, well, my dad told me when I was 8 years old. He's like, when you're of age, you're either joining or you're leaving. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you join in the service or you leave in my family. I'm like, oh,
Ooh.
wow, you're a great dad.
Wow. Shit.
But I
Wow.
understand why. I understand why.
I get it too, but thank God my dad knew that me and my brother were just way too fucking soft and sensitive for that. Like, I wish I could have been strong enough to be this like G.I. Jane kick-ass person, but I'm not. I'm there's no way I could have done it.
But the thing
I have
is,
mad respect for people who can. Like, I'm jealous of the fact that they can, or the ones that want to. I know some don't want to and have no other option but to join, you know.
my
Real,
brother really was soft, and my dad was like, no, one of you has to be strong. So
man. Real quick, Samson, good to see you. And Booyah, thank you for saying that. That's literally why we have people on like Evo, because I want you guys to know him. Those of you that don't know him, I want you to get to know him and see what a great guy is. Because Booyah, I mentioned, you know, I'm glad you're doing this. I can't wait to see Evo live. I can't wait to go over there. I'm glad. I feel like I'm getting to know him, and that's excellent. That's specifically why we do this. So I'm glad. Thank you.
oh shit, you can catch me in like 20 minutes, man.
I was
And
gonna
he
say
is going
he's
live. I
going
was
live
gonna
here
say,
shortly. Actually, he's running late
Seeing
today
the
because of us.
pop up. He makes really great music. Like,
Oh,
god damn, there was that
yeah.
song that got stuck in my head for weeks.
I know, penitentiary song.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It's
Penitentiary.
called Locked Up. I never released that song, by the way. I still have it under wraps.
Really? What?
Yeah, I
God, I
haven't
love that
released
song.
more than 10 tracks this year, which is a big change for me because the last 2 years prior to this, I've released over 100 tracks every year. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. But, I mean, since I started taking Twitch seriously, this is all I do now. You
Well,
know,
where
Yeah.
can,
I
where
make
can
it.
we find your music? Where's the easiest place to find you? Is Spotify a good place?
Yeah. Honestly, if you just go to Google and search Evodance, you should find me everywhere. TikTok, music, Instagram music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. I'm even on Soundtrack by Twitch. I'm all
Very cool.
yeah. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed today. I actually wish we didn't have things to do so we can keep this going.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, I
man.
know,
I
right?
can't tell you how
Well,
much I
we'll have you
appreciate
on
you being
again
here.
for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're
And
always
thanks for having
welcome.
me on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're always welcome to
Absolutely.
come.
Oh yeah, real quick, touching up on the military thing real quick. Not only do I hurt every day, but that's a huge reason why I don't sleep at night either. And they don't take care of that either.
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
No,
I'm sure.
yeah.
So
I know. Like I said, I get all fired up. I'm all pissed off now. I get so fired up about the vets. Like, god damn it. Of all the people in this world who deserve a leg up, they fucking worked for it, you know?
Absolutely.
Like,
Right.
anyone who sacrifices their
They
life
deserve
for
it,
me and
and
my
we owe
fellow
it.
Americans.
We owe it to them.
Yeah, there needs to be some serious overhaul in the fucking budget because what the fuck?
well, I don't know. Seems like now the military's soft to the point where if they see combat, they're probably not even gonna make it. I hate to say that, but that's how it works.
Yep.
It shouldn't.
I know.
If I were president, things would be much different.
If I were president, I'd probably just move somewhere else.
Yeah, right. I don't want that job. I don't want that job.
Oh, you're president of the U.S. I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah, right.
Good
I'm
night,
leaving.
Shovels.
Yeah, Shovels, good night. And yeah, we're wrapping it up here too. We all have our days to get started. Like I said, I
And we
know
got to
Evo
do the
needs to go
giveaway.
live. Yeah, but we're gonna end with the giveaway, guys.
So yeah, anybody who hasn't entered, exclamation point giveaway in the chat for a $25 GameStop gift card.
This is.
I did that wrong. There we go.
And Samson, no worry. I know the command, it doesn't tell you you entered, but you are entered. I can see them on my stream deck. It'll do a random here in just a minute. So guys, to wrap up, thank you everybody
Thank you,
for coming in.
Indifferent.
And thank you, Evo, so much, man. It's
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely a pleasure.
I've
I
been
can do
really
this all the
excited
time.
for this, though.
Yeah, I'm doing a monthly podcast segment with Gray Roar Live now, and I'm also doing some local radio shows around here too. So
Nice.
I've been really big on the morning show kick lately. I don't know why.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I got a fancy for him as well.
Mm,
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do the drawing. So here we go.
all right.
If it's Booyah, you have to do it again.
Edry. Edry got it. Nice. Edry, she might be studying. She's grinding her ass off, working hard. So Edry.
Perfect timing, Edry. You won $1 bazillion.
Nope, not $1 billion. All right,
Okay, just 25, but still pretty cool.
Edry.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I have to jump off of here. I have to go get smokes before I do my thing.
Yep.
Yes,
But,
absolutely.
It was a pleasure being here, and I got you tabbed up until you raid out.
Evo, thank you so much for everything, brother. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. And I'll be in there.
Awesome. Sounds good. And enjoy your appointment, Mr. Jonus.
Edry said,
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna do
did
my
I
best.
win?
It's not a good
guys.
one. Peace out,
Have a
brother.
great
Bye, Evo.
We love you. Evo Dance,
Edry.
guys. Make sure you give him a follow. Go check him out. You will not
Yes.
be disappointed.
No, even if you don't like that type of music, I promise you there's a
You
jam
will.
in there somewhere. You'll be like, oh, okay,
You
hell
will.
yeah.
Yeah, Edry, you won Jonas's underpants. No, you won a $25 online gift code to GameStop. I can whisper it to you. I can email it to you. I can give it to Dodge personally if you prefer, since I know him and he can get it to you. Just let me know. Either way, congratulations. I believe it should be fine internationally, because I know you're across state lines or what?
Country lines?
Country lines. Thank you. But either way, I have multiple ways to get it to you, so no worries. Evo's music is DMC. He does. Evo, not all of his music. I know he does have specific things that he has to keep, because, I mean, he is a recording artist. He owns a record label. But he does have some, he has tons of music that he has DMCA free, and he makes music for streamers, for fellow streamers. Evo is 100% an excellent artist at everything he does, and he's community based. He absolutely, like he said, you know, I mean, he doesn't waste time on fake bullshit, but he's definitely an amazing supporter all the way around. You can't go wrong with Evo. You just can't. You can try.
Yeah, very glad I met him.
Yeah.
And you know, with the whole like support for support and with Crow, I think that we met Crow at a very good time in his growth. You know, he had just become partner, and as a result, a huge chunk of the people
That time was
that I
gone.
met were from support streams, you know, that I
You're cutting out for some reason, Halo. You just kind of... yes, absolutely. You can put his link in the Discord. And I was going to say, and if you want to find out more about Evo, he is actually in our Discord. You can reach out to him and through there. You can find him on Twitch. Go follow him on Twitch. If you're not, you can whisper him. Evo's absolutely amazing. He does have some things, like you said, you can find him on Spotify. If you just Google Evodance, Plenty of options are going to come up. Absolutely. Broken My Bones. I saw you there, brother. I saw you. I love you. Yeah, follow Evo everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Evo's all over the place. And just like we always say, guys, any names you see in the chat that you don't know, make connections. Go check out all the names here. Check out their channels. Almost everybody here is a streamer, a gamer, an artist of some kind, or just a good person. I can vouch for almost 100% of every people, and there's some newbies in here, and I'm so happy to have you guys here. The follows will be returned. And with that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I've got an appointment. I'm going to be actually a little bit late for it, but it was worth it because we absolutely adore Evo. But you guys have spent time with us today. We appreciate it so much. Time is your most precious resource, and we can't thank you enough for spending it with us. We enjoy it. We love every single one of you. We love every morning with you, and we can't wait to do it again. Halo and I will be back on tonight doing some games. Not sure what we're going to play, but we'll be into something. You know we will. And we will be back tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, with more coffee with Jonus and Halo, and we can go extra long tomorrow. Maybe we can get in some Paladins. I don't know. I know Booyah wants to play some. But we'll see. But guys, with that, we're going to raid out. Let's see. Halo, do you have a specific? Oh, you know what? I got it. Halo, something's going on with your audio. Sounds like you're 100 miles away. Oh, Witch Doctor routine. Just saw it. Okay. Who you got, Witch Doctor? I'm sorry. I forgot about that. No, man. You, Donnie Miller. How are you, brother? I was just talking about with you with Little Bear and Dented Halo the other day. How I don't get to see you as much as I would like because of my schedules. 219. Is that Lion at Heart? Oh, yep, found it. All right. Yep. So again, guys. Nice email though. What did I miss? Oh, nice email, Halo. Gotcha. Okay, we are gonna raid out, guys. I gotta get out of here. I gotta hit the road. I love each and every single one of you. We'll be back on tonight, and we will be back on tomorrow morning with more coffee, Jonus, and Halo. We're gonna raid out now to Lion at Heart 219. Make sure you show some love. Give them at least 5 minutes of your time just to be there, hang out, introduce yourself. You might find your next favorite streamer, your next best supporter right here, right now. So show them that level 77 love, and we'll be back tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Wherever you are, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful afternoon, have a wonderful evening. Be safe.